Hello and welcome to another FAQ and updates video. In this video I'll be talking about the differences between categories and tags and how they can help you find the kind of content that you're interested in. First of all, let me tell you that the descriptions I give you and the explanations are related only to this site. Other websites might use them in a different way. In front of you, you'll see the main front page. I've scrolled down until you can see in the sidebar the content categories. You'll notice that they're in list format and each of them has the total number of posts in that category. Now a post is just the general idea of an article or page, and if I hover over the November 2012 general chat, you'll see that the box becomes highlighted. This is a post or an article, a page. It doesn't really matter what you call it. Now the content categories are basically the type of post, what the topic is, and you'll see that at the top here I have features, and within features I have the 7 series. Now it tells you that if you click that link you will find posts related to the 7 series, or for example the giveaways. They will show, clicking that link will show you the 50 excerpts of the pages or the posts that relate to giveaways. So the content categories are basically the types of topics. Okay. Now, if we go to the tags page, there are two things to tell you. First of all, I'll tell you about the text tags, and then we move on to the visual tags. Now, the tags in general are essentially descriptive words of what's in a map or mod. So tags are only used for maps and mods. They're not used for any other type of content. Not only do they show you what's inside the map or mod, they also connect it with other ideas as well. So for example here, you can see the 100 Summer Days of Nostalgia. There are 99 topics. Obviously I missed one, but what that says is that if you click that, you'll be able to see the maps and mods that were listed in there. Now imagine that you're interested in the crossbow. You love using the crossbow. So you click it and here we go. This is the page that gets displayed. Now first thing to tell you is that you can subscribe to the RS feed for this tag. So if you like maps and mods with crossbows, you could subscribe, and then every time I add a map or mod that contains a crossbow, you'll be notified. This blue graphic down the bottom is exactly the same as the link above. Now the next thing to tell you about tags is that they must be manually added to each map or mod. So maybe I've missed a few, but I've done my best to make sure that each of those maps and mods has the correct tag. In addition to being able to display the maps and mods with the crossbow, so you can see as I scroll down, all of these maps and mods have crossbow in them. Imagine that you wanted to play against snipers. Well, you click on the sniper tag, which is displayed, and now what you have is you have maps and mods that use both crossbow and snipers. Now if you wanted to add another tag, you could do that, and you'll notice that the number of maps and mods is reduced from the previous selection because of course there's less that have both of them. So categories, the type of topic that the page is about. Tags, the type of content or an idea that's related to the map or mod. Let's go back to the tags page. We talked about the text tags, and you'll see that the text tags are at different sizes. Basically, the more maps or mods that are in that tag or are associated with that tag, the bigger the text. So here you have the 99 days again, it's got 99 comments, topics. Combine dropship, there's only 2 maps or mods. Now it uses the word topics because that's how the system works. Now moving on to visual tags. Visual tags, to my knowledge, are exclusive to Planet Phillip. I don't think anybody else uses this idea, and basically they're a visual representation of the text tag. So what we've got here is we've got weapons and we've got the crossbow, and if I were to click that, that would link to exactly the same page that I showed you before, the ones that have the maps and mods that contain the crossbow. Not all of the tags have visual tags because some of them don't make good representations. but you'll find that there's a fair few, and they're a nice easy way to find the content. So if you like maps or mods with Easter eggs, which are like hidden places or hidden weapons and things, then you can click this. And as you can see, there's plenty to choose from, including playtime and enemy based. They have a especially good section here for Portal 2. Tells you all the different types of tags that are linked to the Portal 2 maps, including the difficulty, which is only available for Portal 1 and Portal 2. So there you have it. Categories for the types of content. Tags for the things within maps or mods. And if we just finally look at all the different lists of the categories, you can see there's plenty of choices. So this is the main one, of course, the single player maps and mods, and then within that there'll be the games, and then within that there'll be the maps and mods. Just like to highlight one thing very lastly. For Opposing Force, you can see that there are 33 maps and mods, but there are only 7 maps. That's because I haven't categorized all of the mods and all of the maps. If you look, for example, on the episode 1, you'll see that there are 26 maps or mods, and then they are neatly divided into the maps and the mods. Now, the reason I've separated them in this case is because mods can be easier to install because they just simply take copying a folder, whereas some maps, if you don't use MapTap, can be a little bit harder. But all of the maps can be used with MapTap. So hopefully that's helpful. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll try and answer them for you. And remember, finishing Half-Life is just the beginning.